You know you're listening to the Love Gurus podcast right now, and you are in the right place. We're about to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys in the chat, starting right now.
Just ask the Love Guru.
Do it.
To tell you what to do.
How come we've never howled before?
Yeah, here we go. There we go. Here we go.
Howling's underrated.
It is. It is. Yes, you are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. That is right. We are going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys in the chat. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, unless we're a little bit late due to tech problems like we were just now. My bad there.
We're New York City time.
Yeah, New York City time. What are you going to do, man?
New York City on time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you're out there and you are listening live, definitely want the comments. We already got a lot of comments in the chat. We appreciate that. Like and subscribe to the podcast. If you're listening on one of the audio platforms, we still appreciate you. But we are live on YouTube every 8:30 p.m. Eastern. With me, as always, my amazing co-host, Suzanne Shepard. How you doing?
Just amazing. Very excited. I have to plan something for my day job. It's an event, and so I thought it was going to be a good idea. Have you guys ever heard of Bark.com, where you can like hire out? You know, it's like different like freelance. You know, it's it's like Upwork, right?
Sure.
Okay. So I go on to Bark, and I think, oh, you know what? Like, let me just see. Maybe a magician would be fun. I don't know. You know, let me see.
Magicians are fun.
My phone is fucking blowing up with people that are like, hi, Suzanne. My name's Jim. I live in Wisconsin. I'm interested in coming to do your corporate event.
Wow.
I'm a magician. And it's like, damn.
Wow, dude.
I mean, they are hustling. Like, it was immediate. And I can't, as a comedian, I feel bad because it's like I get the hustle, but
Right.
back.
Well, I was just going to make the comparison to comedian because just like comedy, it's a niche art form, but very much more niche to where it's like there's Penn Jillette, there's Teller, there's three other people, and then there's drink ticket magicians. You know, like there's not a whole lot of road magicians that are doing that. Like not like comics. It's just
and also, you know, I had also said the magic words corporate events.
Oh,
you know,
money.
so they're
Money.
even though I'm not looking to spend a lot of money for this event,
Sure.
they hear those words and they think, oh my God, I'm
Oh,
gonna
right.
get to take my wife on a cruise.
Yeah. I can
Maybe
name
I'll
my
eat this
price.
one.
I've never been able to name a price, let alone a big one. This is going to be crazy.
No, this isn't a birthday party. This is corporate.
This is a real deal.
There is a certain point in both comic and magician career where you're just like, corporate, thank God, please. Oh my God, buddy.
Yeah.
What?
So anyway, I've just been having guilt about that. But that being said, what is going to make me feel better about my shitty week is the fact we have two amazing guests this week.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let me introduce our two awesome guests. First up, he is a returning guest, a hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only, Mr. Danny Shaw. Thank you for being back on the show.
Oh, good to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank you for
having
being
me.
here, man. Thank you for being here. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Mr. Dr. D Shaw on Instagram, MRDRD Shaw. I am not a doctor. I just think it's funny.
Mr. Doctor.
Nice.
I like, but that's a good little. I've just learned the word Pickwick. I've been watching Only Murders in the Building, and I learned
good.
what a Pickwick song is.
Oh,
So
I
it's-
don't. I haven't
it's
gotten that
just-
far in it.
It's a song that when they just say the words. So like basically 90% of Hamilton. Yeah, I said it. Okay, where it's like. You know, they're not singing; they're kind of just like scatting along to the beat. You know, it's not really. You don't really have to be a good singer.
I've been watching a different kind of scat myself. They don't have that one on Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. But let me introduce our second guest. She is a first-time guest to the podcast, a hilarious stand-up comic as well. The one, the only Sara Shipley. Thank you for being on the show. Tell them where they can find
So
you.
excited. Funny Sara Shipley on Instagram and funnysarashipley.com, even though it's not updated.
That's all right. You have a website.
I have a
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
So fancy.
So antiquated. But either way, find her, follow her on all platforms, see her live, and definitely give us your comments. Speaking of comments, Joanne in the chat. She says, look who's back.
Joanne.
This is the first Thursday evening I've had off in forever. Thank you for being here,
Yeah.
Joanne.
Oh my God,
Appreciate
Joanne,
that.
what a star. Thank
Yes.
you for watching us
Yes.
on your Thursday
That's
off.
nice.
Matt on YouTube is giving us sports
audio,
comments, you know, but that's okay. We got some. I think we got
Dios
some
mío.
related to the podcast. Let's see. Oh, Shepherd the Giants. No, I thought he meant Suzanne Shepherd. I thought that was related to the show.
There's a shepherd
so
on the
far-
Giants, but I doubt we're related.
Oh, he says, you're messing up the feminine deodorant spray commercial. I don't know if that was football related or us related, but I will try to stick to only the us related comments. Let's see. Producer Amy says, check audio, Danny. What do you-
Check 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's fine. I think I actually
Maybe
can
I
I
was
see
too
that mic
far
for
away.
a second. I think it might have been a little loose here, but yeah,
A little loose.
seems to be fine. Seems to be
Loosey-goosey.
fine.
Check 1, 2.
There we go.
Well,
I did- it did cut
loosey-goosey,
out for a
just like
second there.
Danny's morals. Am I right?
Yeah.
Uptown.
Oh, you know me.
Yes.
Oh.
He's the
I
loosest.
don't give a fuck. I commit crimes.
That
Horrible,
Danny,
egregious.
Danny
Hate
put that
crimes.
microphone
Things.
next to his face, and the microphone just fell apart like a horn church.
Yes. Oh, Natalie says, hey, Natalie, thank
Hi,
you for
Natalie.
being here.
Hi, Natalie.
Matt on YouTube says, oh, snap, yes, I meant Suzanne. There you go. There you
Yeah, it's
go.
just
Okay.
blowing up.
Let's see.
Then I was drafted by the New York Giants, and then
Really?
when I showed up, they realized I was a female. Just kidding.
No shit. Yeah. It was a total like league of our own kind of thing, only in the NFL.
You know, yeah. You could be the kicker. You could kick field goals, you know.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hang on, do you have double D's?" And I was like, "No, but I could get them." They were like,
Yeah, they're
"Not
like,
good
well,
enough."
okay. We'll see how you look in pads. All right. Then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. I mean, that's why women don't play football, as we all know, is because the pads would cover up their tits.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
God.
Can't have
I mean,
that.
we're athletic enough, but it's the outfit.
That's right. That's
Not
right.
sexy
Do you
enough
know
for
that there's a
mainstream.
lingerie football league?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
have.
way back in
Yeah.
the day. Do they still do
I'm
that?
not sure, but they were fucking athletes.
Yeah.
Really?
Wearing no
I thought it was
clothes.
just like a cutesy
Yeah.
kind of
no, they
thing.
fucking
It's-
got after
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
And it's like, and it's
Nothing.
not, and these are not
Underwear.
It's not like a sports bra running
No.
short combo.
Yeah.
It's like
No.
It's
a
lacy.
bustier,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
they
most
got that.
uncomfortable.
And then they did have the pads, but like.
But they
Yeah.
fucking hit
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
other.
And it was sexy. It was. Yeah.
They were
It was- yeah, I mean, I thought the
Danny,
pads kind of took away from it.
Danny, tell us more about the time when you were 15 years old.
Oh, yeah. Just staying up late to watch the Girls Gone Wild commercial on Comedy Central. Hell yeah.
Joel on
that.
YouTube says, hello, everyone. He says, at Love Gurus Podcast, happy birthday, Jake. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It
happy
was-
belated
thank you,
birthday
thank you.
to our fearless co-host.
But
Jake
it was yesterday. It's not my birthday anymore. However, if you do want to give me a good birthday present, you can like and subscribe to the podcast. You know, share the podcast. Watch live every single Thursday. Speaking of which, are you guys ready to take your first question from the wild animals on Reddit?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Alrighty, first question from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you've got questions of your own, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, give them to us live right there in the chat. Give us your comments, give us your questions. For right now, though, we're going to take our first one from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. I lost my engagement ring. I'm 28 and I'm 28 and I lost my engagement ring that my fiance proposed to me with, and I feel so guilty. Again, we're both 28, and I feel like I should preface this by saying that I've always been a little scatterbrained. Among the things that I have lost are my car keys, wallet, a work laptop, cash, headphones, my diary, and at least 3 cell phones. I should say that I don't
3
really
cell phones.
don't really
Jesus.
wear jewelry. I wear earrings maybe once or twice a month. A year ago, we were discussing marriage, and my fiance's stance was that his grandparents had been together for 50 years, and they only got married about a decade ago. So he didn't think that you should...
They had grandkids and they weren't married yet? That's hilarious.
I mean, and progressive for the 70s, no?
I mean, our kids have kids, but we don't know what to call it yet. What do we call
We
it?
don't like labels.
So,
I do like the idea that the grandpa's like, that's my whore's offspring.
I've got grandkids with my side piece. The side piece has little side pieces, and those little side pieces have little side pieces of their own.
Yeah.
I have a little side family now.
Yeah. And so they only got married about a decade ago. So it could be 5 or 10 years before he was ready for marriage. My stance was, if you don't know after 3 years that you don't want to marry me or not, then don't waste my time.
wowzers.
My
I
fiance.
mean, that's a
This
bit.
is this
I
is
feel like there needs to
drama.
be a middle ground between her and old grandpapa. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in there is a well balanced
Yeah.
individual.
My fiance proposed to me last Tuesday. I was ecstatic, relieved, and elated, but I also felt like he was finally putting our family together because I'm 35 weeks pregnant. That being said, it was this beautiful engagement ring that I had for more than a week, and I had been taking it off to wash my hands and then to apply lotion.
Get to the good part.
I find the feeling of metal on my wet skin to be very annoying. I didn't even notice.
It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I felt a little sleepy. Okay.
You're right. It was the ring's fault, stupid. What are you talking about?
I didn't even notice that I didn't have the ring on until yesterday when I came home and my fiance asked me, "Where's your ring?" I immediately started searching for it among my work things, and I knew that I had left it in the office.
Okay.
I went to work, and obviously it was closed. So then I went in the next day and checked at my desk, and I couldn't find it. But then I asked management, and luckily they had it.
Oh,
I
nice
was
job,
so
management.
relieved.
Shout out management. Good job.
Thank God.
Sometimes they don't give a fuck.
So this question solved itself. That's what I just heard.
No. There's more. There's more.
This isn't the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I told my fiance,
I hope she loses it again. This fucking idiot.
Wake me up when the question happens.
When I told my fiance what happened, he said, "Do you want to know what my solution was if you couldn't find it?" And I said, "Sure."
Abortion.
He said,
No more family.
Wait.
It's over.
Give it the old blue
Sorry.
state snooze.
he said, "If you weren't able to find the ring, I would have said no problem, but now we're back to boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's right.
And the ultimatum that you gave me is a moot point, and I would have proposed on my own time." I was a bit speechless. He continued, because it would have shown me, he continued by saying, "It would have shown me that you're not ready. Besides, it cost a lot of money. It's a symbol of our love, and you lost it within a week, which is crazy. Also, it's embarrassing. What are you going to say to people? He spent all this money, and I lost it?" I see where his point is, and I just don't know what to do.
Oh my God.
Does she see what his point is? Oh, no.
I feel
What is
ashamed.
your point?
I feel ashamed, and now I'm nervous that I can't even keep up with something that's so important.
Put it on a necklace,
What's
bitch.
your advice?
That is a good.
Staple it to your
Yeah.
goddamn forehead.
Swallow it. It'll be with you forever.
What? Wow.
Get it stitched to your appendix.
Wow.
I think
Get
that's
a tattoo.
exciting.
Yeah. You know.
Natalie on YouTube says that was just the intro. LOL. yeah. Then they get a prologue longer than the Lord of the Rings one. That was wild,
But
dude.
yeah, so let me
story.
give it a quick summary. So what happened was, she's a scatterbrain. She loses the ring, and she had given him an ultimatum to propose.
Which is
so then
always
when
a good idea.
Always a
ladies.
good idea.
Ultimatum.
Full stop.
Yeah. Really corner your partner.
Yeah.
Make them do
Yes.
things. That's my advice.
Being painted into a corner is a good thing in this,
That's forever.
in this scenario.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then she gives him an ultimatum. She then loses the ring 1 week later, and he was like, "Cool, messy hair, don't care. So we're not engaged anymore." But then she finds the ring, and
like, "Damn
now she's wondering what is in store for this relationship.
It's doomed, honey.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's over.
yeah.
It's-
That's insane for that
Yeah.
guy to say. Oh, well, okay, but she's a scattered brain. Sounds like a classic ADD person. So like, I have sympathy for her, and it's a
Sure.
crazy thing for a person to say that, like, oh, my fiance, who I know loses things all the time, lost something.
Maybe buy her a fake ring, bro.
Yeah, I
Save
don't
the
know.
real one.
Yeah.
Get
That's a
a
good-
little
Yeah.
trinket.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
keep that at home in like a case. Frame it on the wall.
He should get instead of a t-shirt cannon, an engagement ring
Right.
cannon.
Yeah.
Every time she loses one, he just
I like
shoots
that.
her with it.
I like that.
What if we bought her 10 rings? That'd be so sweet.
That's the move. That's the
That'd be so
move.
sick.
We got to start a company like that.
Yeah.
We sell we still sell them the really nice blood diamond because we do want to make
Right,
money.
of course.
But what we do with the
That
blood
stays at
diamond
home.
is and
Yeah.
then what we do is we give them like 10 fake ones that are like those cubic zirconias or whatever, and
Yeah.
so we give them zirconias.
Zambonias.
Yeah, we give them.
I love going to the hockey ring
old
game and watching the Cubans
The Zaponia go around.
You know why they skate so smooth? The whole thing's made of cubic Zambonia. The entire rink out there.
I thought the Zambonia Yeah, clean the ring.
Nah, that's because you're not a jeweler. Anyway, but yeah, so you get the 10 fake ones, and when your stupid fiance, like you who wrote the question, madam, loses one of the rings inevitably, you're like, baby, I found it. What's behind your ear? Oh, and then
Check
you
your
know, do a little
Yes.
magic trick.
A little
and-
up close magic.
Yeah.
That always
Uh-huh.
relieves some relationship tension.
Yeah, it's like a sippy cup for dumb women who want nice rings. You know, that's what I say. But I got some comments here. Joel on YouTube says, Jake, you turned 40. You're allowed to celebrate or complain for a week. Choose yours. He said,
Nice.
I'm a little side piece, short and stout. Here's my handle. Put it in your. Wait, that's not how that goes.
This
man,
is a family program.
Yeah. God.
There's at least
Filth outta
one
here.
child listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah, that
yes,
kid-
yes, it's Jake's, but
Yeah, dude, he fucking rocks. Matt on YouTube says, Trips is always a oh Christ, it's another football comment. Sorry, I thought it was pertaining to the thing. She pawned it for Newports. There you go. That's Matt on YouTube. Yeah. See, yeah, he's got one to pertain to the
Sometimes you just wanna
podcast.
smoke.
There you go. Yeah. Nat on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, I read that one already. Joanna YouTube says, what she needs to do is steal his ring and hide it and blame it on him for losing it.
oh yeah,
That'll really solve
Yeah.
the relationship.
All this
You
sounds
can make
like
a little
great
little
advice.
lost ring Mexican standoff. I like that.
Yeah.
Producer Amy says, so if she starts having an affair and then loses the guy that she stopped sleeping with, are they back to being good?
Yeah.
I mean,
never
by his ring rules. You know, I think so. Let's see. Matt on YouTube says, you can bend the ring, but don't break the ring. Producer Amy says, I can't wait until she loses her kid.
oh god, oh that
A bit of a
bad.
scatterbrain.
Wow, that got
so
dark.
ditzy.
I was looking for my fourth lost phone, and I took a little tripski-poo down the stairs and
Yeah.
lost the baby.
Whoopsie.
Guess we don't have a kid
Yeah,
anymore.
I lost a
honey.
phone and a baby today. Wah, wah, wah. Joel on YouTube says, at Amy, at producer Amy, only if he's in the management and lost in the management, lost and found.
Lost and found.
Oh, yeah. Matt on YouTube says, this kid has got a diamond of a, speaking of diamonds, girls. A diamond of an arm. Oh, got ya. He says, there should be a pedigree on all diamonds like DNA. Yeah, I mean, what there kind of
yeah.
is just you got to have a jeweler that has one of the lenses, and they got to know what the fuck they're looking at. That's why I think the fake diamonds are the way to go anyway, man. Like if you can't tell the difference unless you're the little old jeweler guy that has like the giant little telescope looking thing, you know, like the little telescope, and you just stare at it. That's the only way to tell if it's real. Then just go fake ski poo.
I think that judgmental grandmas, like, there's something about aging. Their eyes do become like they can't see like long distance, but they can see short distance to your engagement ring. So like judgmental yentas will be like, oh, that's not a real diamond, is it? You
Was
know?
there a little boy in the Congo that was murdered for this, and he doesn't love you? No, he doesn't.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, my advice to this person is
real quick
go
before advice. Natalie on YouTube says, put bells on everything she owns. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Lady writing the question, you got to treat yourself like a small child. I mean, I wouldn't say that if you were just writing about losing the ring, but like you rattled off a lot
I
of
don't
shit.
like
Like
metal
a lot.
on my skin.
See,
No.
I always try to point this out at least once a
It's
podcast.
so gross.
I when in doubt, like because usually like lack of detail or something, I always err against the person writing the question for two reasons. A, they're on Reddit and they're animals. B, this is a source by, for, and about them. You know what I mean? Like it's their Fox News, their North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the whole country, their MSNBC, like whatever. And that right there, you saw her trying to make it the metal's fault. It was, I mean, the metal, it's such a pain in the ass on my finger, right?
I don't like how commitment feels on my skin.
It's choking my hand.
Yeah, this ring was just begging to get off my hand.
Yeah.
She wanted us to side with her against the literal piece of metal.
Yeah, it's honestly, here's where she dug herself a hole. Was giving the ultimatum. And as you know, we said before, always a good idea. Unless you're gonna fucking lose the ring, you know.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Whatever. I totally understand male, female, whatever someone's gender is, if you want to get married and you see that as the path forward for your relationship, I totally get that. However, if then the next step is, okay, I'm going to give you this ring and you have to wear it, it's just a bad look. It's sort of like, I would equate it to like let's say you have this deadbeat friend and you give them like a very strong job reference, and then they get that job, and then they totally just start doing crack at work.
Right.
And then the job is like, the fuck? And you're like,
oh, and you're like, dude, I don't care if you are the vice president's son. I'm running a Ukrainian energy company, and you're making me look fucking silly.
It is a bad reflection on your character.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that's it. And it's also, I get that she's scatterbrained, but she obviously has done this enough to know that about herself. So I would think that if this is something that you really wanted to protect, she would have made safeguards. Yeah, put a bell on it, tie it to your bra, like what
Set yourself
do
up
something.
For
Yeah, set yourself up for success. Don't get into this like damsel, and that's my third point. I'm really making a PowerPoint presentation now. That's my other thing is like she keeps going to this like damsel in distress mode, which I fucking can't stand.
Hate it.
It's like, I'm not saying that I have my life all together, but I will take responsibility for my mistakes. So
100%.
it's like, just fucking own your shit. Like, don't be this damsel in distress of like, oh my God, but I just wanted to get engaged and then I lost it. It was like a total accident. It's like,
I don't
fucking own it.
metal
Fucking
feels.
own it.
Why do these things keep happening to me?
Yeah,
This is awful.
yeah. It's like
I'm so
Rapunzel.
unlucky.
It's like Rapunzel, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fucking walk down the tower on your own hair. We're tired of it.
Yeah,
We're
Rapunzel
tired of
is so much worse in real life.
Yeah,
She's so much. Reddit Rapunzel is the fucking worst.
I can't stand this like damsel in distress argument.
Hate it.
Yeah, just own your shit.
Especially
bitch.
when there's a lot of damsels out there, and a lot of them are in legit distress. You just don't like the
Yeah.
way metal feels on your finger. That was your distress.
There's a single mother with 6 children out
Yeah.
there on welfare, and you have so many problems.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And
Like,
this welfare mom with 6 kids, ain't no one putting metal on her finger. Let's be
Listen.
honest. She would trade places with you in a second.
If you're taking off a ring like a Tasmanian devil, and you're like, I don't know where it went. Like,
Yeah.
put it in the same place. Get a ring holder for your
Yeah.
desk. Do something.
Are you out of
Don't
your
blame
fucking
him
mind?
for being like, listen, it's on you. This is gonna be
Yeah,
it.
don't get mad at him for getting mad at you for being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is how it is.
Yeah.
Taking no onus, no responsibility for this situation whatsoever. I love it.
I think
literally trying to blame the ring itself.
I think like the dummy ring, like we were talking about, if she has like duplicates or like a fake one or
Yeah.
something, is like a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she wants to walk around with her ring and be like, I'm engaged right now. But if she can't, she's gonna lose everything valuable that she's ever gonna put on
Right.
Well,
herself.
also,
100%.
here's the other thing: is that one weekend everyone was over it. It's not
Nobody
like she's
cares.
walking around going, "Guys, guess what? Jeff proposed."
Oh,
a week
yeah.
later, no, maybe if that was still happening, maybe she wouldn't have lost it in the first place. No,
No one gave a
everyone was
damn.
over it 6 days or less.
No one gave a damn. Like, good. Hopefully, you'll be more of a homebody more, and we won't have to hear from you as much. Like, that's what they were thinking. Joel on YouTube says, speaking of DNA, a single sperm has 3.7 megabytes of DNA info. That means that a normal ejaculation contains 1,587 terabytes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Doesn't
information to
seem right.
swallow. It is. Yes. I like that.
I see what they're going with that. Yeah.
Love a good blowjob
Yes.
joke. Keep them coming. No pun intended. Matt on YouTube says they should be. They should buy their own engagement ring. See how much they spend. Pablo's haircuts and quality diamonds. Yeah, no shit. Let's see. He says that's a cubic zirconia of an offense. Oh, he said don't talk about Amy like that. That might be an old comment. I'm not sure what that was in response to. Joel on YouTube says, hey, Reputa the Buta, let down your hair and let me climb up The ladder of your love. Sorry, I
Hells
had
yeah.
a Jay Giles band moment.
Who is that? What is Jay Giles' band?
Oh, it's like it's like an old man from like the 70s, man. Man on YouTube says, "What if you can't touch the ring? It's yours, but it's sealed off in a box. You can invite your real friends over to see it.
Just like live stream it all the time.
Yeah, just keep it
You
at
can
home,
see
man.
It's like the rose for Beauty and the Beast. It's in a case. It's there.
Yeah,
You
that'd
can
be
watch
nice.
it.
That's the move. If
Yeah.
people are going to spend like 7 years rent on a stupid piece
So
of
dumb.
jewelry that a kid probably got murdered for in the fucking Congo somewhere, as I mentioned, nothing like a bunch of white ladies in New York retweeting Black Lives Matter with blood rings on their fucking hands, huh? Nothing like that for modern world irony. You evil bunch of. That's why my wife has a fake diamond.
She didn't say that she lived in New York. You're taking a
You're
liberty.
projecting.
Oh no, I got to walk around and see it. I got to sit there and see it. Their lives matter unless I need a shiny thing. Retweety, tweety. But yeah, so I think what she should do is just kind of get over this thing that she has. Like, she found the ring. The biggest problem you're going to have is if you lose the ring again, which you will because you're dumb and you lose shit. And look, I'm dumb and I lose shit. You see the ring on my finger? It's a rubber ring. Came in a pack of 6. Got it on Amazon for like $5.
There you go.
That's a fucking move. Now, I understand women want blood diamonds because they're good people. So I get your blood diamond, but leave it at home and then get a rubber one to take out. You know what I mean? Like, I got my wife a man-made diamond because she's a good person. Have I mentioned I hate real diamonds yet? So don't get those, but you probably did because you sound like a horrible person, lady who wrote this. So leave your horrible person ring at home and get yourself a nice rubber ring to put on. My wife usually wears the rubber one out because she's like, I don't want the fucking thing to break up. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to, it to get scuffed or whatever. So it's like she wears it if we're going out to like a nice restaurant or something. And then the rest of the time, she's got a rubber one like me because I don't like the way metal feels either, but I'm not an idiot who loses a ring over it. You know what I'm saying? I never lost $1,000 for that. I spent $2 on Amazon.
I mean, that was really 7 minutes. I feel like we were really like if Jake were a zit, he just popped. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
talk about a pressure release valve. But you have to feel better now, no?
No, because
Never feel bad.
I also lose my keys a lot.
this all the time for my whole life.
It was like, I mean,
Yes.
I felt like that was just like Sally Field and Steel Magnolias,
This question, maybe, not only do I realize I hate the lady writing the question, I also hate diamonds.
That was a lot of venting.
I do feel better. No, you know why I'm doing it? I lose my keys a lot too, so I keep a key ring on my cock ring. You know what I mean? So
yes.
it's tethered to me. It's tethered.
Stay there.
It doesn't go anywhere. Have you thought about that,
problem
madam?
solving.
Get yourself a cock ring and put your wedding ring on it.
All right. I
Your
feel like
Nuva ring.
Yeah, I feel like I've your Nuva ring.
Fucking tether it to your IUD. Keep it inside you, lady. Keep it inside you.
It's like a purse for the body.
I feel I mean, my final advice to this person is that listen, you've already, don't demand things that you can't take care of.
Yes.
Don't go to the pound and get a dog and then 1 week later be like, what? It poops? Oh my god!
It
I
died
didn't
in
know
the
that.
car?
Oh no!
Oh, what? That's the line.
No,
Don't
you know
leave your
that's what
dog
it
in
would
the
be.
car.
You know that's what it would be. Well, I just hate the feeling of poop on my hands, so I left it in the car.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just saying. I think that just quit with this damsel in distress act that you're putting up and be a fucking adult. And it's just know yourself and stop with
Also,
stop
maybe-
making excuses. That's it.
Maybe
Okay.
hire an editor or chat GPT just to cut that.
Yeah.
Be more succinct.
You
Yeah.
really,
With your questions.
you need to cut to the question
Cut
faster.
Cut the beef. Cut the
Yeah.
belly.
It'd be funny if this was actually a chat GPT. And you know what? I thought about doing it for this episode. I'll do it for the next episode. But I thought about putting the question into chat GPT to see what it would say.
Give us
But
an answer.
I was
Ooh.
too lazy and I didn't do it.
That
I'll
might-
do
that'll
I'll do
be a
it for
fun
next.
one.
I'll do it for
Yeah.
next week. Yeah.
We'll see what the robot has to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's and I'm sure we're gonna have better advice than the robot. That's why we don't need to strike like a bunch of bitches, do we? SAG actors, writers, and stuff.
Okay, we're coming out strong against
yeah,
SAG.
That's right.
This is an anti-SAG-AFTRA podcast.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're
fuck
changing
the writers.
We're changing the name to the Scab Podcast.
Just fucking
Scab and Reddit
right.
Oh,
questions.
Yeah, Jake's changed his podcast from giving advice to just projecting. Okay,
Yes.
just projecting.
That's right.
No advice. We're just projecting.
It's not my fault you got beat by robots. Love Gurus ain't getting beat by robots.
Because we make no money. Okay. Okay.
All right, good point.
Who else has final advice for this
We
question?
should be striking.
Yeah.
This man is a saint, by the way, but also stupid for giving her an expensive ring. So it's on both of them. But
Yeah?
a relationship is
That's a good
doomed
point.
if you're forcing someone into it. That's just it's going to be bad. So good on him for being like, you lose it, we're done with the engagement. We start from the beginning.
That's
Yeah.
right. She's never gonna learn.
Yeah.
And you know that he said that whilst playing a video game.
Didn't even look at her.
He said that from
Just
the
like,
toilet.
Go,
He
we're
did not
both our
look up.
girlfriend now.
He's like, I'm about to level up on Red Dead Redemption 2.
God.
He was on the
I
toilet
am
playing video games,
Yeah.
not looking at.
Yeah.
That's right.
On the toilet playing a Switch. Yeah.
Good point. That's a good point. He learned his lesson buying her new phones over and over again. He's like, I ain't doing it with a fucking ring. No way.
Danny, any final advice for this person?
I don't know. Just try to make lists. That's what my therapist told me to do with my ADD. Make lists.
She did make a list of all the shit she's lost.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's it. But good luck with that relationship. I'm not gonna tell you
Yes.
to break up, but just good luck.
Yes. I do have final advice for her, but first I got some comments. Let's see. Joanne on YouTube says Amy and Jake's anniversary was in the Congo. Yes, that's right. It's Natalie on YouTube says romantic. Matt says if women had to buy their own rings, home shopping network would be a great IPO. Joanne on YouTube says Jake said dig up whatever diamonds you want, honey. I mean, hey man, if you can't beat them, join them. Matt says, babies, you can't take care of the bad drivers. Joel says, at Love Gurus podcast, damsel in distress, no, dimwit in distress, definitely. Matt says, lots of hobbies she reads magazines about. If you really love a girl, give her a handshake buzz. Oh, a handshake buzzer. Oh, is that what you mean? Shake weights? Wait, handshake buzzer.
Is this a thing that you do to prank people?
Oh,
Just like
yeah,
handshake.
that's a funny.
Oh, yeah, like it's like a ring, but it's that it like vibrates. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, okay, my final advice to her is definitely edit the questions better. Because the thing is the prologue was so much longer than the actual question, to the point to where we thought we were going to have to answer the question of how do I tell this guy I just lost $3,000 worth of blood diamond of his money? That's a way harder question than what we actually had to
And
answer.
honestly, a better question.
Yeah, a way better question.
I
Like,
love that.
I wish they'd have just fucking stole it from you, honestly. A, you deserve it. B, he deserves it, as Sarah pointed out, because he's dumb for giving you a ring. Like he should have learned with all the other stuff you lost. You sound like a train wreck, and he dove right in front of this train wreck that he knew he was coming. He stood on the tracks and he said, "I'm going to take it right here on the chin." And so that's his fault. Honestly, I think you two are perfect together. You're dumb enough to lose everything, and he's dumb enough to keep giving you things. It's a match made in hell. And you two are demons. So I think you should stay together and burn the fucking world alive.
That's your destiny.
Yes. You're here to light it up. Immolate the world.
Women. We're either power bitches and we're like unattainable power bitches, or we're train wrecks. Am I right? Like,
No in
dude.
between.
there's no in between.
No,
we're the train wrecks, or we're anyway.
No, she's a
Two
combination of both.
successful-
She's an unattainable train wreck, because even if you give her the ring, she'll lose the fucking thing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough. Okay, all right, next question.
All right, next question on Love Gurus Podcast. People, write your questions at loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, write them live right here in the chat every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our next one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. Can you turn my volume
Oh,
up?
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm not.
Yeah, no, that was just the music was super loud.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just also okay. Thank you.
There we go.
I just need to hear
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Boom.
Stepdaughter's romantic feelings. My husband and I are both 43, and we've been married for almost a year. We both have children from past relationships. I have a 16-year-old son. My husband has a 15-year-old daughter. We both lived in the area since our kids were born, so our kids weren't strangers to each other, but they never had any kind of friendship that we were aware of.
I hate where this is going.
In the beginning, we noticed some strange
fucking-
behavior between them. So my husband and I decided to have one of them in the upstairs bedroom and the other in the downstairs.
Okay.
The first few weeks of living together, they'd try to stay in each other's rooms extra long at night, and we'd have to go in and demand they
Ugh.
go to their own rooms. Recently, I came home from work and
How old were they again?
15
Sorry.
and 16.
Oh, this isn't old enough to be.
Recently,
legally-
I came home from work, and they were both in the same room with the door locked. When I
Oh.
demanded that they open it, they both were just watching a movie or something.
Sinners.
We're just exercising.
That's why we're all
doing
sweating
our
under our
homework.
breath.
It feels like we can't leave them alone.
Yeah.
My husband had a talk with his daughter, and she became very upset and said they loved each other, and we ruined it by getting married.
Whoa.
Wait. I for sure have seen this plot of a movie.
I've seen this porn. I've seen this porn. Yeah.
I try to talk to my son, and he just shuts it down. Now our daughter is showing signs of depression. We tried to explain how this isn't right and that they're so young and their feelings are normal, but they're siblings now. But they
this is-
just get angry. We can't watch them every second, and I obviously don't want my stepdaughter to be depressed. What is your advice?
Oh my god.
It's
Dude.
here's what I like about this question.
Dude.
Is again, we've all seen this porn. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. But when
Not with the 16-year-olds we haven't, you monster.
no, but well, yeah, of course. But when it's like an arguably real life situation, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
the curtains pulled back
Yeah.
from the wizard. We see the
Uh-huh.
the details. It's sad.
Yeah, step sibling
sad.
porn is way hotter than step sibling questions. It's dark and it's sad and it makes
Yeah.
me feel icky in my tum tum.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so.
Plus, I don't really care about the plot of porn, so I'm like, they're not actually related.
No.
I
Yeah,
scrolled back
no.
through the credits. It's
Yeah.
different last names and everything.
yeah, but yeah,
They
so,
lied to
You gotta
me.
check the credits. Who's
So-
the best boy? I want
Yes.
to know.
yeah. So well, we don't. Well, I'll give a quick synopsis. But yeah, so her husband, the person writing the question, she and her husband are 43. They've only been married for a year. Their kids, they all lived in the same neighborhood, so their kids obviously knew each other before they got married. Their kids are 15 and 16 now. You know, obviously hormones are raging, and it seems like the kids kind of want a date. But IDK,
Seems like they have been for a bit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think that, you know, there's a lot of phrase of like, don't dip your. To me, it's like it's
the
almost like a
company ink.
workplace situation. Yeah, don't dip your quill in the company ink sort of situation.
Yeah.
And that's the reasoning I think that's gonna get them through this, because imagine if they just said, look, you know, they aren't related. You know, whatever, we're gonna be an open progressive family. We're gonna let our
word
stepchildren
for
fuck. And you know what I will say.
Producer Amy always to producer says, "Are we legally allowed to talk about this question?" Oh, it's parody. Suzanne made the question up,
Yeah.
didn't you,
This was
Suzanne?
a book.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
ages are approximate.
She got it from one of those scab writers. We
I-
paid him $25 under the
Yeah.
table.
What-
ChatGPT.
What I will say is, obviously this is a shitty situation, but what it is great about this situation is that they are single-handedly helping global warming. Instead of creating more people, they're like
Eat your heart out, Greta Thunberg.
they're making their family
Yeah.
tree go back down to the root.
They're like
if that
eating
makes
their own
sense.
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah, yeah,
you go.
exactly. So as far as global warming's concerned, this family is top notch.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Greta Thunberg thinks this is a hot fucking question.
Their carbon footprint is shrinking, and we
Yes,
can celebrate that.
Yes, yes.
but only
We
metaphorically hot. It's
aren't
cooling the planet.
expanding. We are getting smaller or shrinking within the family unit.
Yes, yes.
I look at this. It'll. There's no way out of this except to just let them fuck. I don't know what else to do. Honestly, just let it run its course. It's going to be awful, but like they did know each other before, and maybe they should have realized they were liked each other before. I don't know, but it's like they aren't really siblings, and you're not going to fucking stop them.
Yeah.
I just
They're-
also
they're teenagers.
I just feel like here's I feel like the sentence that the mother needs to say to the father. I think that's also the other thing that complicates this is because not always, but typically, mothers are closer to their daughters and fathers are closer to their sons. But in this situation, it's a mother and a son and a father and a daughter. What the daughter needs to get through her head is someone just needs to be like, you're going to go to college and have to explain to people you fucked your stepbrother.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You, she needs to, like, Bart Simpson that. She needs to write that on a chalkboard 100 times and then be like, maybe that's going to make me unpopular.
She's going to need like 200 times, okay? Or she's going to need to straight up blackmail her and let her know, like, not only are you going to have to tell them, I don't think you will. So I think I'm going to show up at your college and tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing.
Oh, my God. I love customized pillowcases.
Yes.
It has
I fucked my
stepbrother.
Yeah. Just showing up really loud at the dorm. Son, I made you cookies, and I even brought a nice sweater that was knitted by your stepsister you used to fuck.
Yeah.
He used to fuck his stepsister.
Oh, is he on the 3rd floor? Should we build a slide in the dorm so he can slide right down into your pussy? Okay.
Yeah, this is even smaller than the room you used to fuck your stepsister in. You sure it's big enough? You might need more room, especially if you get another girlfriend.
What's the deal with this dorm having locks? Since when do bedrooms have locks? I thought they was all supposed to be open.
If only I'd have had locks this good, you probably wouldn't have fucked your stepsister. Hey, did you guys catch he used to fuck a set? He's so sad he misses his stepsister.
Can Jake and I get reincarnated as Jewish grandmothers? Because I feel like that's the next step for us.
I think that'd be great.
Oh, but yeah, no, let me actually, before we jump in on
There's
some
got to be a
advice,
couple comments
there's
on
a few
this
comments on this one. Yeah, let's see. Joel on YouTube says, this lady needs to chill. Move down south. They aren't blood related. Fucking A right. Yeah, dude.
This is a normal household, all right, in some states.
Yeah. Joanne on YouTube says, that's exactly what I thought. This sounds like a porno you need to fast forward for. Let's see. Matt on YouTube says, my sis and I are going to go watch porno. You kids have fun. That's a Boston fairy tale. Joanna YouTube says, ha, Joel, yeah, if they move to Louisiana, they'd probably be mayor and head of PTO. Natalie YouTube says,
accountability.
But they already dipped the ink. Yeah, it's 100%.
That ink is
Joel says, once you pass the Mason Dixon, the motto is incest is best, put your sister to rest. To the test. Sorry.
To the test.
Yeah. It's small.
Kill
right?
your sister.
Murder and stuff.
Dios mío.
No, incest is best, put your sister to the test. I don't think he's talking about killing her. I think he said fuck her.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Good. I thought it got sad and weird. He said, or so I've heard. Matt says she gave birth to a beer can. Joel says she got pregnant after 12 cans. Matt. Matt says her registry is at Warehouse Liquors. Let's see. Joel says she's either going to be blackballed or homecoming queen. So back to the question.
Yeah. So I have my final advice.
Yes.
My final advice is that the mom needs to, as bonding activities, sit down with the stepdaughter, and they're going to make a vision board. And the vision board is going to be if she continues this relationship with her stepbrother, and it's going to have pictures of her at college, at her job, and it's going to be like, wait, what? And just this vision board of what the rest of her life is going to look like if she keeps up with this. And then try to just drill down that statistically relationships that start when you're 15 years old do not work out. Talking to you, Travis Keller.
Can you imagine if you had to see your ex at all of your family shit?
Yeah.
Literally, you're going to
literally
see
your
every
family
holiday,
shit.
every
Literally,
Christmas, every fucking thing. He's gonna be there. She's gonna be there.
Your family shit.
Is
you
your
are going to
family
have to shit, and your ex-boyfriend is going to be also needing the bathroom.
That's gonna be weird.
He's going to need to take a shower, and you need to shit.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So-
Sharing a bathroom with your ex for life. That's crazy. That's normally only happens in like
God.
third worlds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's my final advice. What's your final advice for these people?
Birth control ASAP.
Yeah.
Get
Birds
that
and
on the
bees.
water!
Birds and
Doctor
bees,
on the
fuck.
horn. Let's
Yeah.
do that yesterday.
Yeah.
Defo.
Let's talk
Yes.
about condoms. Let's talk about
Oh my god! But
Oh,
also
yeah.
maybe we can alternate the visitation. Mom, there's got to be other parents that they're
Yeah.
staying with, or maybe they've got full custody.
Oh
whatever.
my god,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fucking
So
genius.
they're
Why
not in
didn't
the
I think
same
of that?
house
point.
at the same time.
Yeah, but
Hello?
that kid's gonna
Wow.
have weird questions. He's gonna be like, "How come in all the big family photos, it's the same family on both sides?"
Maybe this was a problem in the other household. That's why
Maybe.
that's
These
why he
fuck-
got
this kid's fucking
that's why he
everybody.
got rotated out of with his other sisters.
Yee, at least the other ones aren't related. Ooh.
I'm making myself vomit.
Yeah,
to be
but like
honest.
you cannot. The more you say don't do it, it's just like a Romeo and Juliet. They're gonna fuck and then kill each other.
That's right.
So just
Yeah.
be like, okay, try to just paint the picture.
Romeo and Juliet.
then just
Dumber than the lady from the last question, I think. Romeo and Juliet. Whoever drank the poison fucking first or whatever. Like, you didn't check the goddamn what is that? You didn't check the neck vein there, the
Idiots.
carotid artery. You're just like, well, they don't seem to be moving. I guess I better drink fucking poison. Oh, I'm glad they're dead. I'm glad they're fucking dead. I applauded
Juliet.
wildly when I first saw that play.
I don't think Romeo and Juliet were really big into CPR.
They were. What, you don't
I
need to.
think I- I
you
think,
just-
uh,
no, you just.
I
you
think
put
that
your-
the American Heart Association
American Heart Association.
wasn't around when,
Yeah.
when William
Oh.
Shakespeare wrote
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
That would have saved it. Would have really brought
Yeah.
some freedom to that play.
Then
They would have
that's-
been okay.
Then Romeo and Juliet are too un-American, honestly, and that's why they're dead.
It's true.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but
That's
if
my
only,
takeaway.
If only Romeo and Juliet would have made America great again.
Yeah.
They would have just
Only.
avoided.
they would have gotten jobs.
Yeah.
Went up the corporate ladder. Got made some money. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Instead of fucking and killing themselves.
Make the Montagues great again. That should be the sequel to this film. Romeo would still be alive if he was my son. Romeo Jr. He'd be running the Montague family. He'd be elected king by now. But-
What other final advice do we have for these people?
I don't know. Good idea to see if they can live with their other family. That's really. I don't know. Look, it's gonna be ugly. It's they're try to organize. I don't know. Can they put them into like lots of after school activities? Keep them apart. But again, like. I wouldn't say condone it and just be like, "Oh, we're a cool family. Let the step siblings fuck." But they're gonna do it. Like it's gonna run its course. Just like I don't know. Just try to. I don't know. Be open.
Like
Try to let
a-
them talk to you.
Yeah,
And-
like a bridge over troubled
Yeah.
waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
man.
Stepsister's gonna fuck. Yeah, the late verses in that song
Yeah.
get weird.
But yes, tell them how embarrassed they will be in the future when
Yeah.
they need to live with the fact that they,
That Simon and Garfunkel song was just about step sibling porn, if you read between the lines. But yeah, my final advice is, I kind of agree with Danny on this one. And Natalie on YouTube brings up a good point. She says, "What if the kids were dating before the parents got together?"
Honestly,
That's a
big.
fucking great point.
This is the movie that I saw. The kids were dating, and the parents like had this big reveal, like we're engaged, and they had like a big dinner, and the kids
Right.
showed up, and they're like, "No, not you, not you." This was like the movie that I saw. Yeah.
So they got
It
cock
was
blocked
like a
by the
real
parents.
story.
Okay.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, as a guy who's had a lot of stepdads, let me just say, I'm so pro these kids fucking. I really am. I really am. Because here's the thing:
Convenient.
it's step brothers and sisters are not your real brothers and sisters. This guy, don't fucking come at me, you guys. Oh well, but I've had my stepbrother
Well-
since we were 2. That's fucking different. If you grew up together, it's totally weird to have step. But if you became step siblings when
At
you're
15
sophomores in high
and
school,
14.
fuck off. That is not your sibling. It's not. Your parents decided to walk out on your real parent because they're either bad spouses or bad parents or both. That's the fucking
Yeah.
truth. That's the truth. No matter how bad my relationship with Amy gets, it's pretty bad already. But no matter how worse it gets, I'm not gonna leave her, especially when Jake is in high school. So I
Made
don't
a
put him through the
commitment.
awkward. Hey, this is your new your new sister that you fucking have homeroom with. You know, like no, that's weird. Don't try to make it to where it's. I did not consider any of my stepfathers my actual fucking fathers. For one thing, there was a lot of them. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's enough of them. We could have a whole team for football. You know, like it was. That said, you're in high school. That's not in your mind. You're like that. I know my stupid ass dad is telling me that's my sister. He's a fucking degenerate, and his wife was right to move out on him.
Again,
honestly.
just projecting.
Yes, it's right to move out on him, and so it's this is not my sister.
Someone call Jake an 8mm because he's projecting.
Yes.
Wait, does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
What is it 8mm?
I mean, yeah, that's a kind of film that could be put in an old timey projector.
Nah, give me a 9mm. I'm in a dark place.
Call Jake a Sony brand projector because he's projecting.
But
a lot of projecting.
Look,
if
you're this guy, if you're this kid, you're like, this isn't my sister. It's the daughter of a lady my dad's fucking and put a ring on, and she lost it because she's dumb. So that's that. I mean, that's just let them fuck.
Oh,
They're
great!
gonna.
Now Amy's crying.
Look at
It's listen.
Amy, you guys are doing great. You got honey.
It's doing
look
fine.
at this beautiful apartment you share.
Producer Amy said our relationship is bad. Listen. Here's the thing. You know how that last lady loses items? My wife loses sarcasm. She loses touch of it. She doesn't know when I'm being sarcastic. She doesn't. She thinks I'm being serious. Producer Amy says, I think Jake just admitted that he slept with one of his.
That's what it sounds like. Truly.
Definitely.
It's not bad. If
Definitely
it's your
thought about
dog.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely thought about it.
We were only
Because,
stepsisters for 2
I basically I'm not really a sports fan, but I feel like what you just ranted about
Yes.
for 7 additional minutes, it felt like watching ESPN for the first time and knowing what they're talking about. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like that was a lot of inside baseball, Jake.
It was.
That was a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
inside
It
baseball
was.
about having step siblings and stepfathers
That's right.
and
Here's some more inside
and the
baseball.
one that got away.
Here's some more inside baseball about my step relationships. I was the catcher.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Natalie on YouTube says learning a lot about Jake.
Somehow that kind of makes it okay in my mind.
That's right. That's right. If you got mad with that about that, you're canceled. I say.
Yeah.
No, we weren't stepsisters. We were stepsisters for 2 weeks. We were step acquaintances at best. I say.
Yeah.
And that's what these people are.
Again, to be fair, if you remove the labels, it is a Nancy Meyer movie. It's
Yeah.
oh, well, we were dating and, we'd known each other for such a long time, like since we were kids. And then we had these other these other people that we just knew that they would be a perfect match. They totally got together. And now it's like, one big happy family. If you get rid of the labels, it is almost kind of a cute story. If you think of the kids got the parents together, like almost like a Parent Trap kind of plot twist.
Yeah.
But what is different is that the twins didn't have sex with each other in that movie. That's the only part that's different.
Because that movie sucked.
I don't know. I liked it.
I've never seen it. It's probably lovely. I'm just saying, my final advice to sum up that 7-minute rant was if your parents get married to somebody else, then like once you're in high school, that's not your step sibling. It's just not. It's a step friend. It's a step acquaintance.
Yeah. You share a house.
It's the kid of somebody your parent is banging and nothing more. That to me, it shouldn't count as like, oh, you fucked your stepsister. I met him 2 weeks ago. Like it's not like fucking family, Like we didn't, So this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. They say we have we've evolved to find our siblings disgusting. We've evolved that because incest is very bad for children and for your DNA. So this person, you don't have that primal reaction to. Like you weren't raised with them, and they're not blood. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, not only on YouTube says step acquaintance. I like that. I know you do. I invented a new category of porn. Yeah. It's Matt on YouTube says I would have gone to the prom if I had a stepsister. Yeah, I mean, you missed out. You know what I mean? Your parents should have slept around more. That's
back to them going to the prom together. That could happen. That could very much happen. Wow.
The limo shows up and he's like, "What's the next destination?" Nope.
Nope.
Nope, she's right here.
This is all,
He just looks
all
over
this
there.
house.
So where are we going now? Oh. And just turns to the wheel and just does not say a fucking word the rest of the drive.
Why aren't there two sets of parents? There's only one set of parents.
Did someone die? Oh no!
Oh, this is the Romney house. It's
Yeah.
weird here.
Well, I think we answered that question. So actually, let's do. I technically had said it as a lightning round question, but I feel
Okay.
like it's juicy enough for a real question. But it will be our last question.
All right, here, let's do it. Last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you've got questions to write in, then write them into Love Gurus podcast at yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments, give us your questions right there in the live chat. For right now, though, we are going to take our last one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Last question. Cheated while on acid. My
yeah.
partner is 24 and I'm 22, and we joined our friends on a beach to try acid for the first time.
Okay.
There were 5 of us: 2 boys, 3 girls, 2 couples, and 1 extra girl. We took acid while there was still sunlight because apparently it takes ages to take effect. So we spent this time drinking beer near our tents with a campfire going on. Mind
we
you,
got to be careful with that.
as
Anyway, go ahead.
we were descending into tripping balls on acid, we were getting
Nice.
quite drunk. I'm a very lightweight, so I didn't have much to drink. My partner, on the other hand, had plenty. When it started to kick in, it was fun. It felt like the sand was grassy, and I kept hearing Billie Eilish singing.
I've
into
never
my
tripped
ears.
on the
Billie
beach
Eilish.
before.
This is where it goes downhill. Maybe 4 or 5 hours later, I decided to go for a walk and asked my other 2 friends to join me because I couldn't go to sleep. My partner wanted to stay in our tent because he wasn't feeling well. So I said, yeah, that's fine. Our other male friend who was coming on the walk with me told his girlfriend to stay with my boyfriend so that she could look after him
Okay.
Look after. Look after you.
in case anything bad happened.
Oh, his girlfriend's dumb.
We thought all was well until we got back. When we returned, the first thing I heard was obnoxious moaning and breathing. Me and the others panicked, and we immediately opened my boyfriend's tent, and lo and behold, both naked, his girlfriend was on top of my boyfriend.
M. Night Shyamalan twist. I thought she was going to fuck the other guy. It seemed like he was setting it up, you know? Wow.
I ended up vomiting and passing out on the shore, and then I heard a lot of yelling and crying. I woke up in my tent with my boyfriend sleeping next to me. When I woke up, I thought that I had just hallucinated it.
Oh my god.
You see a lot of trails? Yeah, and I saw my boyfriend fucking some lady. Says it didn't happen, though. I guess it was good acid.
However, my partner confirmed it was true, and he said that his excuse was he genuinely thought it was me.
Oh!
He said the smell, the hair, the eyes were all the same.
eyes.
Yeah.
When I realized it was real, I continued to cry, and I've never felt so broken and betrayed. 4 years down the drain, just like that. I've been staying at my sister's since. He keeps calling and texting to apologize, saying he's disgusted with himself and that he actually had plans to propose to me and wants to make things work. I haven't spoken to him since, but I'm obviously very confused. Should I break up with him for this?
What a disaster.
Wow.
Here's what I will say. Here's the reason why I think that they should defos break up. Is he's 24, she's 22. Definitely break up.
Oh, yeah.
You've been together
That's
for
pretty young,
4 years, and again, if you guys were 78 and 79, it'd be like, well, it's just like one little.
These are fun 78-year-olds. Yeah, he's doing acid on the beach.
Yeah.
Me and my
Vagina,
we're
they're all the
swingers.
same.
Me and my girlfriend had just seen our grandkids. Again, we don't know what to call it. So we decided to try acid for the first time. Lo and behold, I was fucking some lady I thought was her. And I came to, and it turned out it was some other lady.
also, I just love the phrase "lo and behold."
Lo and behold.
When is
well.
when is there a time that
You're not the mother of my granddaughter.
when is there a time that the phrase "lo and behold" is used in a positive?
Never.
Lo
Yeah.
and behold.
It's always, well, look what we have here.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah.
Look
Lo
at
and be-
this pile of shit. It's lo and behold. I love lo and
One thing
behold
led
because
to
you know
another.
you're gonna feel better after you. Anyway,
Lo and behold, he bakes me a casserole.
lo and behold, he was a prince. But yeah, so I think that they should break up just based on the fact of their age. If they were older and but again, I've never done any hard drugs, nor probably will I ever. So I don't know what
It's
it's
funny.
like.
I don't know that acid's considered a hard drug. Like
depends who you're
hallucinogens, I
talking
think
to.
are the I mean, it's sort of you never know what
I don't
hallucinogens.
know.
Yeah.
I think acid way disorients you more than like really any fucking hard drug I've ever done.
I mean,
you
it's
know?
intense. I don't put it in the same thing as like heroin, but to some people I understand.
It's
that
a different. I understand why
Yeah.
it would be considered a hard drug, but also why it wouldn't be. You know, because it's not like addictive. You can't OD on it. You know.
Yeah, but again, so his excuse was he genuinely thought it was her, and not that I'm trying to victim blame, but she was on top of him. So it's like I don't know. I feel like there's definitely like almost like a crime that is going on, which let's not get into that because that's going to get very dark.
I'm not
very
saying
quickly.
he's not a Me Too victim, but he's the least Me Too victim of them all. I'll say that.
Yeah, so I think that it's there's an argument that once bitten, twice shy almost.
Yeah.
No, the first time I did acid, I cheated on my girlfriend, so never again, sort of thing.
Sure.
But that being said, I think just cut this guy loose. Like you're 20 fucking two. Like fuck that guy.
When I think they should have been mixing weed with the acid, like to make it because especially if you haven't taken acid before, it can be weird to have it set in. Like unless you take a whole hell of a lot, you might not necessarily feel a whole fuck ton your first time. And it's weird because you're kind of in your head of like, am I feeling it yet? Am I feeling it? And you can get yourself kind of out of it that way. So a lot of times that cat will bite you fucking hard sometimes. You got to watch out for him. But
Jack doesn't mess around.
he will. So, but alcohol's a weird one with acid. It goes better with shrooms for sure. But it
You
can.
mean alcohol and shrooms, or acid and shrooms at the same time?
No, I mean alcohol with shrooms. It tends to go a lot better with shrooms. They tend to kind of mesh better. Whereas is alcohol and acid, I find it tends to kind of fucking shut your brain down a bit. Like I think that's why the guy was so passed out is because it tends to make you like a little bit of a zombie. And so definitely if you're gonna mix anything with it, make it either blow or weed. For sure.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
if you're gonna,
maybe Adderall. I don't know.
oh, dude, I'll bet Adderall. I've never. I mean, back when I did a lot of drugs and shit, Adderall wasn't really a thing. But I would love to take Adderall with hallucinogens sometime. But anyway, acid really is more of a young
sleeping.
person. Yeah,
I'll never sleep again.
especially on acid.
Trip
What did I
forever.
pay this $5 for? But I definitely believe. I don't believe this guy. I would believe him if you just kind of walked in on him, maybe kissing her a bit. Once they actually get to fucking, I don't think unless. Did she actually mention that it was like dark in there? Was it like at night?
It was a tent.
Yeah,
It was
it was
a
a tent.
night. and
It's at
tent.
night.
A tent at the
She
beach.
came in.
It's
Like-
obvious. It is obviously dark.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like if you've been with someone for a long time, like you know what they feel like.
You do,
Like-
but if you've never done acid before and you're mixing it with fucking
Never.
booze,
Yeah, if
you're
you're
pretty
drunk,
out of it. And keep in
yeah.
mind, he's coming out of a sleep on hard fucking hallucinogens. Like the thing is like tripping really hard. It's extremely disorienting. So you don't know what the fuck's going on. And he's coming out of a pass out. So I might almost. I still think he's. If this is a table game, okay. If this is a table game, if we're playing Vegas, right? If we have, dare I say, God in front of us, and he's like, "I know the real answer, but you have to bet on it," and he's got a little handlebar mustache, and there's a little wheel going around, you know.
Oh,
And,
is it Movember? Is that
yes.
is that when God's doing this?
in the Bible, we call it November, you know. And he's tore around with a little Godsy poo mustache, and I get to bet on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably betting on he knew it wasn't her. Like maybe not right off the bat, but he's just kind of like, I'm just gonna go with it, you know. But
I know. I already know where you're going with this.
But I'm only saying I'm only guessing 60%. You know what I'm saying? There's like a 40% chance this guy was so fucking out of it he had no idea until people started screaming. But I think it's weird that the guy left his girlfriend with this guy and he wanted to go with her. I really thought that was the big twist for me. Is I thought she was gonna say she cheated with the dude because the dude was all like, "I'm just gonna have my girlfriend stay with passed out dude while I hang out with you on the beach." That, to me, I'm like, "Oh, he's got an agenda, sure." But the thing is it's such a disoriented drug. This guy might be telling the truth. He's probably not. However, 4 years is a long time to have nothing like this come up before. And with as hard as she's freaking out, if there was anything that even suggested that he'd done something like this before, that would be in here. That would be in here.
Right,
so I think he's been totally good until this point.
Yeah.
So I tend to think he either is telling the truth.
He's obviously been very remorseful.
Yes. He feels wicked bad about it, as well he should. But it's also like he either is straight up telling the truth that he didn't know it was her, or B, he was just in such a different place that he just did some shit he normally wouldn't do, you know? Yeah. And I don't think he would do it if he wasn't on acid.
Yeah.
So I at least believe the part that this would not have happened without a drug that he had never done before and probably will never do again. Basically what I'm saying, producer Amy, is I'm sorry about a thing. Not to project more, but it's the first time I'd ever mixed Flintstone vitamins and mescaline.
Here's what I love the most about this podcast. Is I feel like Jake is gonna have the best night of sleep after this. I mean, he's just getting it all out.
Yep.
Getting all those feelings
therapy.
out.
Fuck no! I took 4 hits of acid at the beginning of this podcast. I'm saying it's just starting to really kick in right now.
Yeah. I already gave my final advice. Any other final advice then for this person?
I do think it's possible because it's dark, and mixing alcohol and acid. He said he drank a lot, and we don't know how often he does acid or if he's done it before. Like literally,
it was their first time doing acid.
It's their first time.
It was their first time doing acid.
So he doesn't even know. Like your first time doing that, like you don't even know you're high. It just sort of becomes like a dream state,
and it takes so long to kick in. You don't think it's working.
And he probably didn't even notice when it kicked because he was drunk. I think it's possible that he's so
he didn't feel
out of
shit
it
until he was like, "I'm fucking gone right now."
Yeah, that there's this. I don't know that a girl gets on top of him. He's just like, all right, cool. It's my girlfriend. I don't like. It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is this a girl or is it God? Man? I don't know. I'm fucking the universe. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
This is cool and all, but I don't know. Give him another chance.
Yeah. Joanne on YouTube says, "Thank you, Dr. Jake. You're welcome." And I will say, with drinking on mushrooms as well, although it does go together better, it does tend to counteract the shrooms a bit. So if you feel like you're tripping a little too hard, maybe have a bit to drink. Don't get fucking trashed, but drink something kind of nice. I think Prosecco is good with it because it's a nice bubbly one. Makes your tum tum feel better.
Nice and light.
You want something light. You want something light.
You don't want nothing. Are you guys all that bored? I'm never that bored.
I thought you meant with the podcast.
Bored?
I'm like, this is your podcast.
Bored
Why
to
are you talking
do
shit?
acid?
Of course I love the podcast. You guys, but I'm just like, I'm never that bored that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the beach and don't do acid.
Well,
It's only about
I am definitely that bored all the time.
24, 100%.
I mean, maybe it's my age. I'm not sure, but
Shit,
it's just
you sound like Nancy Reagan right now. This sounds like a fucking dare speech.
If you give me a bottle of wine, I am totally a happy camper. I'm totally good. I'm never like, you know what I want with this bottle of wine to be out of my mind. I'm never that bored,
dude. You disgusted me so much with that speech just now that I'm going to lace your wine with acid.
No, I will agree. I don't think you don't get drunk when you're doing hallucinogens. Don't I think
no, you don't want to get trashed.
The
at
hallucinogens
all, no.
should be the main event.
When
like
wine,
that's
when
most
wine
of it. With
stops
weed
being
though, with
fun,
weed is good.
When wine stops being fun, that's when I'll think about doing other drugs. But in the meantime, I think I'm fine. I'm fine with a little Pinot Grigio. It's fine.
Solid.
Yeah, Pinot Grigio, a few bumps. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it classy. That's what I say. Keep it classy.
Yeah. Well, we kept this podcast classy.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Thank you so much to all of the listeners, man. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Remember, don't drink with acid. Drink with mushrooms, and even then, not too much.
Or
Mushrooms
just
more of a
drink-
body high.
Or just drink wine that's probably not going to have acid dropped into it with a little eyedropper next time Suzanne drinks it. Anyway, you guys have been great, man. Thank you to Natalie. Thank you to Joanne. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to producer Amy.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the listeners out there. Until next week, like and subscribe to the podcast. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to both of our guests. Thank you to Danny Shaw. Thank you to Sara Shipley. Until next week. Later.